she, it is me.
And this is a moment we've all been waiting for, myself included. That's right, folks. Your girl's finally starting a YouTube channel. It's long overdue. I've been talking or thinking about making a YouTube channel and getting on YouTube since like middle school, high school, which actually thinking about it was the most opportune time really to be a YouTuber, because that's when like you were really making bank without all the restrictions and everything, but I digress. We're doing it now. I think the reason why my channel attempts have failed in the past is probably because I didn't really have a clear idea of what I really wanted to do. I was kind of just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what would stick. I have more faith in myself with the outcome of this YouTube channel just because I have a more clear-cut idea of what I want to do with it. However, instead of just jumping into it in the first video, I figured you guys would want to get to know a little bit about me. But I didn't want to make a video just spewing a whole bunch of facts about myself that you guys don't give a shit about. I figured that the best way to get to know me is through an activity that I think can give you guys a better idea of who I am than anything I could possibly ever say. And that, my friends, is reading some Am I the Asshole and relationship Reddit posts. Now, I personally am not a Reddit user. Do not go on that site. Don't know why I would, but luckily for me, I am a user of Twitter, and Twitter has two accounts that I go on almost religiously called Am I the Asshole and Reddit Ships. And both of these are basically like repost accounts, so they'll repost screenshots from the Am I the Asshole and the relationship Reddit posts and bring them to Twitter so we can all enjoy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Reddit or subreddit or Am I the Asshole relationship advice, anything like that, all you need to know is Reddit is a forum-like site, and subreddits, to my understanding, are like threads within the forum. Am I the Asshole is a certain subreddit where people go and express a grievance with a situation or a person, and the situation usually ends with the poster asking, am I the asshole? So that's when the users of Reddit can proceed to give their 2 cents about the situation and say whether or not the original poster is an asshole, or somebody else in the situation is an asshole, or nobody's the asshole in the situation. And the relationship advice subreddit is kind of the same thing, except it requires more in-depth advice. Like the question flat out isn't just am I the asshole, it's person who's posting I think expects more detailed advice of like more like what should I do because this is a thing that's happening to me. So that, in the best way I possibly can, is Reddit and the subreddits Am I the Asshole and relationship advice. I think we're learning something about me already in this video, and that's that I'm terrible at explaining things. I'm very sorry. I hope eventually you guys are just gonna catch on to what is happening here. Okay, I thought this would be a good way to get to know me because I'm looking at these all the time in my pastime. So I thought, why not let you guys get a look into the inner workings of my brain when I read these things. Enough already with me just rambling. Let's get into these ridiculous posts, shall we? Alright, so I did go ahead and just pick some random ones. I haven't been on the accounts for a couple days just so I could gather some material. I read the titles, I did not read the stories because I did want this to be my, my genuine... Right, we're gonna start with the Reddit ship account. The first one we have is and this is a 36-year-old woman, boyfriend, and the boyfriend is a 34-year-old man, makes up his own stupid folk sayings, and it's driving me crazy. My boyfriend Steve is always dropping his own versions of folksy wisdom into conversations, and they're almost always crude and dumb. They didn't used to bother me, but after 3 years, it's wearing thin. Oh, absolutely not. I used to think they were kind of cute, like when he said absinthe makes the heart grow fonder after I told him I loved him at a bar in New Orleans.
I don't like that.
Come again? This man said absinthe makes the heart grow fonder, which is like absinthe is like it's like some sort of alcohol that absinthe is some sort of alcohol that is like super strong and it like makes you hallucinate or something, I think it was like on an episode of Bob's Burgers in the Thanksgiving episode when you drink the absinthe and the turkey. Enough. Okay, so he says absinthe makes the heart grow fonder, and the saying is not what I'm mad at. The issue is that he says this after she said that he loves him. Okay, if a man said that to me after I said I loved him, I would not love him anymore. We would not be together. Absolutely not. After 3 years? What? Okay. Maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion already. We're only in the first paragraph. Let's keep going. They're usually just dirty words swapped into the real thing. A 69 saves time. The ass is always cleaner on the other side of the fence. A dick in the hand is worth 2 in your bush. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, what does this even, yes, she says, what does this even mean? Me too, that's what I want to know. And during a completely serious conversation where I was agonizing over a painful choice, he said, hey, you can't make a mule without humping a few donkeys. Okay, it's embarrassing. He said, yes, it is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. He says this stuff when we're alone. He says it in front of our friends. He says it in front of my parents. I've stopped laughing. Why would you start laughing? I would have never started laughing. She said, I've stopped laughing or even responding. I would have never started laughing in the first place. Not a chuckle or a giggle out of me. Unbelievable. I've asked him to tone it down or stop it. Don't even tone, stop. I don't think he's even aware he's doing it a lot of the time. He never uses the real saying. I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know how to address it. I feel like a jerk arguing with him about it because it's so ridiculous. A lot of people find it funny, but they don't live with him. I don't find it funny and I don't live with him. I don't know if I can spend the rest of my life with a man who says things like a fart at the beach is like Christmas in July. Okay, well, I've had enough. How about you? This one actually was a good one to start off with because I'm gonna give this one the same advice / answer that I give most of these that I read. Dump him. Simply break up with this man. I'm just a firm believer in not putting up with things that you don't want to, and it's clear that this woman does not want to put up with this, but it's also clear that this man does not want to give up his sayings. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You can have your sayings. I'm just gonna fucking leave. That, just the solution. That's the ticket. That's it. That's it. You should just break up with the man. That's my final answer.
Next caller.
All right, now we're going to get into the I am the asshole portion of today's programming. So the first one is, am I the asshole for telling my dad to shut up about the panties? Okay. My wife and I had to move in with my parents, but there is a lot of tension. My mom and wife do not like each other. Now I get that this makes my wife look bad, but she saw something on YouTube and decided to put a pair of panties in my parents' bed to see if my mom would think he was cheating. It didn't work and they knew it was her. Okay, wait. Why is she just trying to be messy? Why is she trying to store some shit, okay? You're in her house. Why are you trying to fucking cause some turmoil? What's up? Dad picked the panties up and threw them away, and I guess they were wet. Ew. Okay. He ran out of his room screaming and insulting both of us. He called her some really vile names and almost kicked us out. That was 3 days ago, and he won't let it go. I'm not sure if I would either. My mom is mad that my wife tried to break up their marriage, which is more reasonable, but my dad is just hung up on why they were wet. Ew. Sorry. That is sending me. For what reason? All right. He has called my wife a nasty animal and told both my siblings and their partners about it. Today, I lost it and just screamed at him to shut up about the wet underwear. Okay. Alright, that's enough. I'm sorry, I'm 10 years old, I think. Okay. So, I don't think that the original poster is the asshole for yelling about being annoyed about the dad bringing up the underwear. I think that there are bigger fish to fry with this matter. I think there are more pressing issues. Like he said, it's understandable why the mom's upset because she's upset that, you know, homegirl tried to break up their marriage. However, the dad, he's obsessed with the state of these underwear. I think that is the least of the issues. So I agree that he should be yelled at because drop it. Because that's not what the main focus is here.
Hang it up, flat screen.
All right. So last one we are going to get into is, am I the asshole for laughing at my son's college plan in front of his teacher? So, my 16-year-old son is a bright kid. He could get into a good college and is a year ahead in half his classes. He's always been into drumming and plays in the school band. Lately, he's been taking it more seriously and good for him. The other day, I was speaking to his band teacher and my son about college. They were talking about my son going to a music school. I asked them if they were serious, and they were. My son wants to go to college to learn music, and his teacher thinks he has a good shot of getting into a good school. I laughed at both of them. They didn't understand why I was laughing, so I told them. I said, there is no fucking way I'm paying an arm and a leg for my son to get a degree in music. The teacher got offended and sarcastically said, what a great way to support my son, and I asked him where he went to college. He said the University of North Texas, which was one of the best music schools in the country. I apologized and I asked him how much he was making a year with his music degree, then told him not to answer because I already knew, and it's not enough to pay student loans. Music is like acting, which is like painting. A hobby that very few people can turn into a career, and I'm not paying tens of thousands of dollars for an art degree that is worth less than an expired coupon. Okay, so this one for me is gonna be a bit biased because lo and behold, I am going to school for acting. I am currently getting my degree in acting as we speak. I'm graduating in December. So, you know, I am going to have a very biased opinion about you being an ass because you are an ass. Why do you have to be like this? Like, why can't you just let your son do what he wants, or like let your son pursue his dream of being in music? Like, what the fuck? It's so annoying when you're in the arts and you know you're going to school for it, you're actively pursuing it, and someone's asked like,
oh, what are you going to school for? Oh, what are you doing with your life?
And you're like, oh, like I'm going to school for acting, I'm an actor. They're like,
Oh, what are you going to do with that?
act, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. It's so annoying because it's not like when someone says they want to get involved in the arts, there are a lot of us out here truly just want to make a living. We want to make a living doing what we want to do. Like the fame and stuff, like if it comes with that, sure. But a lot of us just really want to be good at what we want to do and get paid to do what we love and live comfortably enough to live a life. Yeah, so that was the last little post we're gonna be reading for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that this was a good way to kind of get to know who I am. And if you like it, then hopefully you'll stick around to see what the channel actually is gonna turn into. I'm excited for it, so stay tuned for that. If you want to see what's coming up, you know, subscribe, give it a like if you liked it. I hope you guys had fun, because I did. And actually, you know what? My opinion's the only one that matters, so like, no, but seriously, share, like it, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later.